The divisive voice to Parliament was strongly rejected by Australians, but several state Labor governments have failed to recognise the will of the Australian people. And it seems many, if not most, Indigenous Australians reject this racial division too, after more than 90% of eligible Indigenous South Australian voters declined to cast their vote in the state's first voice election. The apathy to the race politics employed by the leftist elite could not be more clear. We saw similar disinterest in Victoria with the elections for the First Peoples Assembly. Joining me now is Indigenous Forum Director at the Centre of Independent Studies, Warren Mundine. Warren, are you surprised by the lack of turnout in Victoria and now South Australia? South Australia, they only had less than 10%, less than 3,000 votes cast.
Well, it's similar to organisations that have been set up over the years. ADSIC had never got a majority of Aboriginals and Torres Strait Islanders to vote and support it. They were all in the, double digits, low 10%, 15% levels. Then you have the New South Wales Land Council elections, they're in similar numbers as well. Then you got Victoria, 2 elections in Victoria still haven't got over 7% of people voting for it. And now South Australia with 10%. We did some work on the Northern Territory polling booths, which had a majority of Aboriginals in them, and you're lucky to get 25, probably 18 to 25 to 40% at the most who voted in the last referendum. So Aboriginals have rejected it by walking away from these things. I don't know why, the left has got this crazy idea that these bodies represent Aboriginal people. No. Aboriginal people want to get their people to be able to run and be elected to Parliament like every other Australian and be part of the Australian mix. They don't want to be separated with these governance, other governance people. We got people who got 6 votes and 40 votes. There's one bloke who got on the ADSIC on 36 votes on a national vote, and they're supposed to be walking around saying we represent Aboriginal people. No, you don't. National Party, Liberal Party and Labor Party people get more votes for them from Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders than his so-called Aboriginal representatives.